Hi guys, it's Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet, and welcome to WIP Wednesday. Yep, I thought we'd do a WIP Wednesday for a while, see how that goes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually 7 active, active WIPs. I've been really good at cutting them down, and I work on them, well, aside from yesterday, I've worked on them every day this year. Okay, I can't tell a lie. I have 8 active WIPs, and I have worked, aside from yesterday, I have worked on 7 of them every day. I do have some finished objects. Some of them are right there. All of that right there are the cowls that I'm in. Remember I said I wanted to do 12? I think I'll probably surpass that. But those are the cowls that I'm in. Some of them are yearly, and let's see, 3 of them are for a year. One of them is a monthly, so I guess you might as well say that that's a year, but technically it's not. It's a monthly thing, and I don't have to do one each month. The other ones are yearly. So, and then I have one starting, but that'll be for a different day. So let's get down to the WIPs. First one up is my rag rug. And this is in a beautiful Ella bag with bumblebees. Cute, cute, cute bumblebees. I will put a link down to Ella's channel and her Etsy store if you are interested in purchasing any of her bags. So, I have the itches. A friend of mine gave me some of her scrap cotton. So I have some little tiny scraps of cotton all right here, and some bigger ones that I can actually probably use to make some washcloths instead of adding to the rug, which is why this is taking so long. But here's where I am now, and last time you guys saw it, I was right here. So I've gotten quite a few rows from where I was, since I didn't have any scraps, and now I acquired some scraps. So don't worry about the ends. I will sew those in. Some are, some aren't. But that's what it's looking like so far. I love rugs that look like this. So this will eventually be a runner for my hallway that's downstairs. I mean, I actually could come close to finishing it now. Not a little bit more. I was thinking it could turn into a bath mat, but I want it to be a runner downstairs. So, rag rug. I will adjust everything when I start working on it so I can show progress from there. I am using, there is no pattern. I'm just doing half double crochets back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm using an H 5.0 millimeter hook. So that is WIP number 1. And you guys have seen all of these except for 2. So there's rag rug WIP. The next one is the cape that I'm working on from Bag a Day Crochet. It is tutorial number 652. I can't remember what the name of it is. I just know that it is tutorial 652. And, yeah, and it's a cape. I'm not going to make mine as long as she made hers, but I have made some progress on that. Let's see. I am using a Utopia Baby, and the color number is D3534. It's 100% acrylic, made in Turkey. 280 meters, so that's what, close to like 300 yards, I think. And it was 305 yards. And it's it says don't wash. I mean, don't dry, but I'll probably put it on like air dry or something. Which is why I didn't use it for a baby blanket, because I'm sorry, but baby blankets have to be washed and dried. So let me pull some of this out. That's Persephone. She's attacking everything. So this is the progress that I've made so far. I was right here. So I've got that much added to it. I either do 1 or 2 rows a day. It depends upon what number I pick that day as to how many rows. I've committed myself to 1 or 2 rows a day. So this is what it looks like so far. It won't be ready probably till next fall. But I don't have to go out milking until next year. I'll breed the goats next year. I just want to make sure that I gave them enough time to recover. And I'm glad I didn't do it, because we've had nasty, nasty cold. And let me see what hook I am using. I think it's an I. I lie, it's a J. So what is that, a 6.0? I think that is. So, that is my cape. It's coming along nicely. I think she said she did hers for like 90 rows, but that would get just full of snow and everything, and I needed something just to cover up my back and my arms while I was milking. So I'll probably do it to just a little below my buttocks. Okay, oh, this is an Ella bag. It's a penguin bag. And like I said with the other one, I will put a link below to her channel. She has 2 channels now, and also to her Etsy shop. But that will be after the video is uploaded, because my phone is doing strange things. Speaking of which, if you try to call me, make sure you leave a voicemail, because I won't get the message that you called, but I will get the voicemail about 8 to 10 hours later. And the only thing I can do is text. So if you want to text me, that's fine. So when my phone stops texting, that's when I'll get a new one. I'm too cheap. Except when it comes to yarn. Okay. Next one. How many of you guys remember this luscious yarn that I got in a swap from Mary? This will also count to my count on cakes. Well, I am doing another bag-a-day pattern. And this is a mindless one. Once you could, only a 1-row repeat. So while I watch you guys on YouTube, I work on this. But like I said, I've only promised that I would work 1 or 2 rows a day, just because I have so much going on right now that 1 or 2 rows per project a day. So the cape in this will be a long time process. So the bag-a-day, it's the rock and roll shawl. It is bag-a-day pattern number 583. The yarn, it's 100% synthetic. 190 grams. And I have no clue. It doesn't give me any yardage or meters or anything. So, and it's from Armoni, I'm guessing. And there are some signs on here. The only ones I can tell is that it needs to be washed 30 degrees. I'm guessing that's Celsius. But I wash everything in cold anyway. Can't iron and no drying. Which is okay because I'll hang this up. That's all it says. And then some symbols that I don't know. Maybe you guys know what those are? Have no clue. But just check out that beautimous, gorgeous color. And no green. Okay, so this is a new project, I think, for you guys that you haven't seen yet. So this is what it's looking like. And it is pretty long. So yeah, it goes pretty long, and it will go very long on me. It's longer than my wingspan, but I'm gonna make it pretty wide. Since it's really holy, I'm gonna make it pretty wide. So on these 30 below nights that we're having, even though it has holes, it'll be bunched up and it'll still keep my neck and my head and cover my mouth really well. So yeah, this is it. Isn't that gorgeous yarn? Look at that orange and no green. So yeah, I don't know. Did you guys hear the goats out there? They're out there crying. They're probably cold. Poor things. All right, so this is my bag-a-day rock and roll shawl number, and it's tutorial number 583. And this yarn was gifted to me by Mary in Ireland. We all know Crazy Mary. Mary Crochet Chit Chat. Got that right. So, gorgeous yarn. I think I'll probably just have to use 1 ball or 1 cake. But if I need more, she gave me 2. So that'll be super easy one to fill. And I will move the markers so because I think this one was a new one for you. There might be, oh, well, this one, the next one is a new one also. And I came out of my comfort zone for the first time ever. And I know you guys will laugh. No, not because it's green. But because I would say 99% of you do this one thing on a regular basis. And this is my first time ever doing it. And it was very hard doing it. so let me put that down there in my pile to work on today. Okay. Oh, that bag. Oh, let me get it. This is an Erin Lane bag. It's one of her Oops bags. I love this bag. All right, so, oh look. This is my latest acquisition from Ella at No Catchy Name. Check out that. Aren't those beautiful colors? That just says me right there. Okay, so I came way, way, way out of my comfort zone in this. I'm using 2 different yarns. When I use 2 different yarns, I use the exact same yarn, but in a different color. The meshing of 2 different yarns is kind of hard for my brain to do, but I did come out of my comfort zone, and I'm actually using 2 completely different skeins or 2 different kinds of yarn. So, the first yarn is from Hobby. I've heard actually them say Hobby, so I'm going with Hobby. It's Go Handmade Cozy in the color brown. I'm not a fan of brown either, but I got this in a mystery box, so I got to use it. It is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It's a wash, lay flat to dry type of thing. I don't know. I guess the cotton would shrink. It does not say where it's made, but it is for babies, and it is soft. Oh, I lied. It's made in Denmark. But it doesn't say how much is in. No, it does. 100 meters. So just a little over, what, 100 and, like maybe 110, 115 yards. It doesn't give a color, number, or name, but it looks brown to me. Alrighty, so there's that. And the other the other yarn I'm using, which is completely unrelated, which is very hard for me to do, is Viking cream yarn. And here it is right here. It is 78% milk fiber, 22% nylon. It's a luxury fiber produced for Viking of Norway, made in China. It is wash in cold, it looks like, and lay flat to dry. And it's color number 487. So this is the milk fiber. This is super, super soft. I would hand wash this. I wouldn't put it in the washer. So I actually mix these 2 together. Something I have never, ever done. It blows my mind how you guys can do that every day, probably 500 times a day. But it's a new concept for me, and it is just still out of my comfort zone, but I did it. Okay, so with this project, I am using an 5.5 millimeter hook, and this is the starting of a gingerbread dress. Cindy Hearts Crochet gifted me this pattern, and she made one, so this is the starting of the dress. And I think it will fit my Emily's namesake. I call her Baby Emily. My daughter's best friend named her baby girl after my Emily. So I think this will fit her around Christmas time. I have plenty of time to finish it, but I, of course, do want to get it done. But, so yeah, here's the milk fiber up here, and it will go on a couple of other places. And so yeah, there's the starting. Went out of my comfort zone. Okay, so that's that one. I have two more. And of course, the Ella bag. I'm heavy on Ella bags. And these WIPs and Erin Lane bags and the other WIPs that are up there, but those are my crochet alongs. Okay, this one is going to be a blanket. I only have 4 skeins, and I'm just doing a corner to corner. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver, 100% acrylic, medium 4, machine wash and dry, 236 yards. Made in the USA. And Super Saver stripes, and the cover or color is Derby stripe. So I will, this is just a corner to corner, and I will make it as big. I'll keep going for 2 skeins and then turn around and start to decrease with the last 2. So that way it'll be a nice square. I don't know who it will fit, but we shall see. It might be big enough for my St. Bernard to use as a bed. I can stitch it over a bed or something. I don't know. That white probably wouldn't look good. No, Persephone. With dirty St. Bernard stains on it. I might have to make him a black bed. Okay, so no pattern for this, just a simple corner to corner. And this is did he put a Zach Stout bag? Persephone? No. Thank you. Try to eat me. I asked him if he could find some goat fabric for me to make this, and this is what he made. Isn't it adorable? Okay, so that goes over there. And I've committed to only doing 1 or 2 rows per day, because we all know I don't like blankets. Okay, the last one. Oh, look. It's another goat bag made just for me by Ella. I asked her that if she ever found any goat fabric, if she would make one for me. And she found some, and she made one just for me. Actually, no, she didn't. And the little pouch that goes with it. I am using a K 6.5 millimeter hook, and I am making some memorial blankets. I need to make about 40 of them for the hospitals, and I have lots of baby yarn, but since I had so much of this left over from the baby blanket that I made, it's the Big Twist Rainbow Classic. The color is white, made in Turkey, wash and dryable, 615 yards. Of course, this wasn't a full skein, but I haven't used much. So here I'm just doing a simple corner to corner on this. I have started to decrease, so it'll just be a little tiny thing, but that's what memorial ones are for. I'm also going to make some like little capes, or not capes, but what do you call them? It's like a wrap. It'll be like a square, and it will like fold up, like right here. It'll fold up from like here to here, and then come in. So it's kind of like a diaper, but it'll be up higher, so the baby can go inside there. Kind of like a little pocket. So that's what this one looks like. That was Persephone. All right, so those are my WIPs. And I did say that, I didn't say, but not to you guys, but to myself, that it seemed like you guys liked picking out, okay. Oops, there went some of my paintings. Glad they were dry. Alrighty, back to what I was saying. You guys seem to enjoy picking out what WIPs I was going to work on while I was trying to get all of my WIPs done. So I thought that what I've done is just gone around and I filled up almost every single project bag that I own, which is quite a few. But I will just randomly pick a couple of bags, and when I'm ready for a new WIP, I'll let you guys, I won't remember what's in the bag. I won't show you guys what's in the bag, only whenever we decide which one to work on. So I of course have to get, I'm only keeping just a few active WIPs for me to work on. You guys can pick, and we'll both be surprised to see what yarn is in there, and then I'll have to decide what to make with it. You guys can help with that too. All right, it's time for me to go. I have to pick up this huge mess that Persephone just threw on the floor. And yeah, hopefully I don't have paint everywhere. I'm almost 90% positive that all of those were dry. Yeah, I was painting yesterday. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Love you.